Good morning. Well, you weren't supposed to get a shot of that. There you go. Good morning. This is Nita and Miss Panda with the Timepiece Garden. And we've had, 24 hours of severe thunderstorms. We've had at least 3 inches, if not more, of rain. And I've got two low water crossings that are specifically on my driveway, and this is one of them. This is the one closest to the mailbox, is the easiest way for me to say it. And you can tell by the way the grass here on the right is laid pointing to the left. Does that make sense? I had water coming across the road. All the way down you can see it. All of this grass is the same thing pointing to the left. And you can see where I'm starting to lose roadside right there. Some rocks filled up, and then it just goes down. That happens. So I need to clear this out and build this up. It happens because there's 2 different things. One, you have all the rain coming down. 2, you can see it right there. This is a spring-fed creek. It stays thawed. You can see Panda's getting ready to walk in it. But it stays thawed. It doesn't freeze over. And it's spring-fed. It's there year-round, not frozen. So it gets its own water that comes down and fills this culvert here. That makes sense. And then from that, there is a wet weather creek that drains from the hillside over there. There you go, and you can see it right here just a little. Wet weather creek. So when we have a lot of rain like we've had the past 24 hours, again, 3 to 5 inches, depending upon which weather station you listen to, it's too much water for this culvert. I've been here long enough, I know that, but it's only when we have this much crazy water. So what I do is I come out and I look. I'm gonna go back and get the rake. Because if you look, you can see the water. See it's kind of puddling there. Do you see the culvert? Now on this side, you can see the water's flowing. It's flowing out. But I need to get the rake and just clear some of the leaves and stuff in front of that. And that way more water can go through the culvert, less water across my road. So, and then we'll go back up to the other one too, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do a road check. It's what I do. It's what I do every year, especially after the first rain, where I can see what's going on, how much cleaning I need to get done. So anyway, talk to you in a few. All right, roughly 15 minutes of work. And if you look, there are actually 2 culverts. One's here, and I lost my finger. There it is. The other one's here. All right, I got to come back on a day though. I don't have waders, and there's still a lot of cold water moving. So it's moving. Let it do what it needs to do. Let it dry out a little. Come back on a day that's a little warmer. Bring an extra pair of dirty shoes that I don't mind getting mucked up. And actually get in here. In the culvert on the left, you can see it sticking out. That's a piece of branch. I don't know how long the branch is, but I can't get it out from where I'm at. And it's probably got leaves and stuff sticking on it. So the sooner it comes out, the better. And then you can see there's cattails that grow here. The culvert on the right looks like it's full of cattail reeds, and that stuff will get woven and twisted together. Same thing, it'll block a culvert. So need to unblock them. Not today though. All right, and again, from the other side, you can see water's moving. I got both culverts, open, so the water's moving. Both sides. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. So it's moving. All right, up to my low water crossing, closer to the house. Talk to you in a few. All right, low water crossing closest to the house. Still far away, you can't see my house. It's all good. But you can tell, specifically right here, it's a little bit of puddle, then there's some leaves piled up, and then there's some more puddle. You can kind of see where it goes down across the grass here before it gets to the where the water actually flows. Now this one doesn't flow as much water as the other one, but it does flow. This is kind of like my wet weather waterfall. It is dry most of the time. And you can see where the water's moving. There is a culvert there. but you can't see the culvert right now. So, same thing, I'm gonna clean this out a little. I knew I was gonna have to clean this one out. This is where that tree fell. And when it fell, it pulled all this other junk down. And I've been so busy, you know, I figured I would clear this when I got to this portion of the property. Yeah, I've not made it down here yet. We've had our first rainstorm, so now I get to, you know, do this in a cold day. Anyway, doesn't look too bad. So let me get busy. Let me pull some of these, you know, broken branches hanging down out the way, clean up some leaves here, and we'll call it a day. And, you know, I don't like being outside at 40 some odd degree temperatures. Actually, it's only like 38 when I left the house. So, anyway, talk to you in a few. There's Miss Panda. You know, she's the supervisor. She's inspecting the job site. You know, that's what she does. She says it's pretty good. So, again, you can see the water flowing. You see the puddle? See where it's starting to bubble there on the left-hand side of that puddle? That's because the water is getting lower than the top of the culvert. Not quite all the way yet, but it's getting there. So it's doing that bubble thing. So, there you go. That way you can see it a little better. Anyway, water's moving. Culvert's open. I did the same thing on this side. Cleared back some of the grass that hangs across the top. All the way down, cleared out from underneath that log. So water will flow under it. You know, and just keep going. Again, this one doesn't give me as much problems as the first one does. Just because between the spring and the road runoff and the wet weather creek that's down there, hard rains, it flows. You know, and they'll, unless I pay a lot, build the road up and put a higher culvert in to take, how do I say that, the overflow? Does that make sense? It'll always be that way. Welcome to the Ozarks. I have a low water crossing. You know, or pay somebody several thousands of dollars to put me a bridge there, so I don't even have to deal with it at all. Yeah, just not number one on my list of stuff to do. So, but this one should work. Again, I think that just the, you know, the fact that I know the tree had come down and I just hadn't made it out here yet is that why this one backed up a little and created my little, wasn't a lot of flow. You can see it. Little here, little there. Wasn't a lot, but there was some overflow. I will tell you there's a third crossing. It's not on my driveway. And when this one has overflow, like this, even a little, I won't cross the third one. If I have an appointment, I'll call in and cancel it. This one can be bone dry, and the one that's not on my property that I still have to cross can have about 6 inches of water in it. So when this one, you know, 2+ feet, enough to start making drainage across the road, yeah, Nita doesn't need to drive that one. That goes, you know, 2 feet 6 inches or more. So, but that's not my responsibility to keep clear or clean. So, you know, what we're gonna do now, I'm gonna go to the house, get warm, maybe have some hot chocolate, get Panda a rawhide strip or maybe a peanut butter stick. You know, she loves it when she's out here with me because we don't come out here all the time. She's only allowed to come out here when I'm out here. So she's somewhere. I'm gonna call her. She's a wild dog. Probably out chasing squirrels. All right. Talk to you in a little while.